I mean, Serge is a big leader of this year's team too. You know,
He's hooping. He's hooping.
Have you noticed like a change in the way that you've learned leadership through last year because of going through a championship run, and
Yeah.
then on the other side, 905, you're the main option, right?
hmm
What did you learn as a leader in that 1 year?
The biggest thing is just habits, man. Like, that's the biggest pickup. You see those guys like Kalo, Danny, Serge, how they take care of their bodies, stuff like that. Treatment, things like, like the little things that I never paid attention to
Right,
was so obvious last year. How many shots you put up, how many reps, weight room, just it was so like fine tuned for you to excel. Like you had no choice to get
right,
better. And so I kind of tried to take those leadership, even the way we watch film, take those like attributes and stuff and take it overseas and try to do it on my own. Because like over in Europe, you kind of you got to do it on your own. You got to be a little more accountable for yourself in that aspect. But those are the biggest things, just the habits those guys have, the
right.
strict mental
Having a certain routine, like figuring out
routine.
what your day,
Yeah,
I guess, like game day prep is, right?
it's so right what you said because we met Steve Nash, I believe, in the summer. We had dinner with him out in LA, and that was the biggest thing he told us. He's like, man, get a routine.
Hmm.
Like no, every day, same exact routine, and you'll
Right.
see like your game. And I still struggle with it. Like I still don't have
Yeah,
like a,
yeah, of
a
course.
set routine, but I'm trying to get there. So that's probably the biggest thing, biggest takeaway.
Man, I think that's even a thing outside of basketball, though. Like even
Yeah,
outside of basketball, setting up a routine for yourself. Other people outside of work, like even me myself, you got to figure out a routine for
you got
yourself,
to.
or you're just gonna be lost, man. You have no
too many
realistic.
too many distractions, too many things going on, man. Like
Yeah, exactly.
nah, for sure. And then this quarantine, it was try to do the same thing, just find a routine, and which I probably didn't do that great at, but find a routine and then just move on.
Yeah,
So.
I'm sure the sleep schedule's all going over.
Oh my gosh, it's bad, man. Like go to bed 3, 4 in the morning, wake up at like 11, 12, and then
Yeah,
just so it's a little throw it off, but hopefully get back to normal.
I think you're getting a couple shout outs from Valencia fans, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't even been paying attention to the comments. I see Boucher in here laughing at somebody. I don't even want to
uh,
know what he's talking about.
So I mean, like the playoffs in general are routine as well, right? You have to find a way to get prep every day, and it's tough because you gotta. It's a tighter schedule when you go further in, right?
Yeah.
You guys beat Milwaukee, first finals in franchise history, right?
hmm
And it's about mentally being prepared, and this is where your tweet thread comes in. By the way,
Not a
figure out a
threat.
tweet thread, bro. You got.
Hey, that's how you know I don't tweet a lot like that over there, man. My tweets are always short, so after I did it, I was like, damn, people,
Yeah.
and then it blew up. I was like, I keep forgetting, kind of like the platform
Right. Right. Right.
that I kind of have. So it's
You
like,
you'll get used to it. You good. You good.
you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like I won't make that mistake again.
I got you. I got you. So I mean, like that story in general, though, that's a good peek into Kyle as a leader, right? And
Yeah,
what he
yeah,
does.
yeah,
He can be tough at times to deal with,
for
but
sure.
go into that story a little bit and tell me
Uh,
what happened.
First off, Kalo was the first guy to like really just like go at me in training camp. He gave me a wake up call, quick wake up
Right.
call. But it's crazy because like I said, no, I don't. I get to the games like hours beforehand, so I can get my workout in, stuff like that, and then just sit there. 'Cause, like obviously it's not about me,
Yeah.
but we won the game, and I'm just happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm a lucky dude. I'm just smiling like, and I'm thinking, of course, nobody's looking at me. Obviously, there's
Right.
staff, everybody behind, like people everywhere, and then Caleb just like taps me, he's just like, hey, what you smiling for? I'm like. I didn't say anything. He's like, he just kept talking. He's like, is the job done? Have we won yet? We ain't did like we haven't done yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Right.
like,
Right. Right.
he's like, take that smile off your face. I'm like, didn't even get a word in, and then he keeps going, and
Right.
I'm like, everybody just kind of had that mentality, that Kalo, that Kawhi mentality, like nothing's done till it's done, and it was just funny because like I thought about like I said watching the documentary. Like at the time, I didn't really realize like how cool that was, but it was more so like everybody, for that team had to be locked in, no matter what your role was. And that's like championship mentality right there. You see what I'm saying? So it was crazy that a guy like me, I was just like excited, like one win away, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, turn was gonna be great, all of that good stuff. And I'm
Crazy, man.
thinking, because
Crazy.
I'm not playing, all right, I'm
Right.
not playing. I'm like, whatever. But it just kind of tells you like, hey, everybody gotta be locked in from players to the president, to everybody, you know. So it
Right.
was kind of cool to reflect on it.
Do you like when you're sitting on the bench and you're thinking about the game, you're watching it as it goes by? Do you? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you do this, but do you kind of think like, oh, like I could have probably, done this and done that? Does your
Oh, for
coaching
sure.
aspect get better?
I would say so, but most of the time, like you said, I'm more like, man, I could do that. You know, I could help.
Right.
I could do this. You know, as a player, you always want to play. You know, you never
Right.
want to be
Yeah.
on the bench, but in the playoffs, when you know there's zero chance, negative chance of you playing, I mean, that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, that was in itself. It wasn't really hard for me because it was my first year touching the league, and I was like, I know it's a process. You know, can't just jump straight into it. So. But definitely, I watch the games and I'm like, you see different things after scouting so many different teams. Like I was always on scout team, obviously. Like so, after seeing so many different offenses and how teams run their stuff, you get a good sense of
You
some
get a good
things for
idea
yourself.
of it. True.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Uh, back to Lowry and like Kyle, just in general, the relationship that he might have with you. And I mean, realistically, as a point guard, you probably learned a good amount from what just seeing him, right,
hmm
and seeing how he takes himself. What is kind of like something that you learned from Kyle potentially that you brought to Valencia basketball?
Man, Caleb, it's hard because Caleb's such a smart guy. Like on the court, he's one of the smartest players I've ever played with. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And it's funny because people always say like they try to talk about his game because it's maybe not might not be as attractive as other guys, but his IQ for the game is crazy. So his awareness, man. I just try to like think of some of the things that he might do or how he might run some things and just take that because he was always in the right place at the right time. He
Mm-hmm.
knew what to do at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Set people up.
Right.
He was really, really good at that. Take the charge. You know, little things like it's just doing those little things right, and that leads to a chip, man. And
So
people,
what's the funniest Kyle story you got other than obviously the tweet thread one that you have? Is there like a practice or anything that happened?
that's tough.
Yeah, I know it's a tough one to put you on the spot with.
Nah, I would say him showing up to practice with like a towel headband.
But,
He did
okay.
a whole practice, like a huge towel, like a beach towel as a headband. Did the whole practice, like, and everybody just, regular day. I don't know necessarily know if it's a story, but that was
Yeah.
pretty crazy to see,
One of my favorite plays that I've seen you do was the poster that you put down when you were with the 905.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure you remember the one. I think it's against the Blue Coats or
yeah,
something.
definitely,
Right.
yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Like, do you remember that? Do you always think of that? Like,
I do because first of all, people look at me like, dude, you're not athletic like that. You
right.
can't jump
Right.
like that. People are like, so it's kind of shocking, and I shocked myself. I didn't really know, I was gonna do that, but that was kind of one of the rare moments. I kind of got an old man body, man. I tell
Right.
people all the time. So, but that was crazy. Like I still look at that and be like, I don't even know how I did all that. Honestly, I probably couldn't recreate that if I wanted to. So, but this year I had a couple more dunks and things like that. So I'm,
Right.
I'm getting my athleticism up and things like that. But I don't know if I'll top that one.